Alright, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to watch The Kindred. Let's check it out. Our film starts with an aggressive driver trying to pass somebody and crashing. So the guy is still alive, and the ambulance comes to pick him up, and the ambulance gets rammed. Drives the ambulance off the road, beats up the driver, kidnaps the victim. But the driver's actually in on it. He's getting paid off to provide people. Dr. Lloyd, Rod Steiger. He's some sort of mad doctor conducting experiments. John and his mother Amanda.
Go up there.
She's dying.
And burn everything.
Burn everything?
She has some notes on some stuff she was doing.
Make sure you find the data relating to Hiroshima.
Mom's got a secret.
Find the courage to do what I had to do. Oh, dear God, he's still living. He's still alive.
Who's alive?
Look, you must go up there this instant.
She talks about Anthony.
I don't understand what you're saying. Tell me what you're saying.
Anthony!
Who is Anthony?
Your brother! Hey, Lloyd! Come on!
This is the ambulance driver. He went to see Dr. Lloyd. He wanted more money for what he's doing. Dr. Lloyd threw him in a little prison he has. And inside there, he suddenly gets attacked by a bunch of weird-looking creatures. Clearly some sort of genetic experiments.
Tell me about Anthony. I mean, how many of them were there? Anthony 2, Anthony 3. How many were there before you felt morally obligated to terminate?
4.
You're just a word.
He wants to finish her work.
No. Why don't you tell me?
No, you tell me. You tell me where your notebooks are. Tell me where the records of the experiments are. Tell me what you did. Tell me how you did it. I want to finish your experiments.
Anyway, she
A
died.
letter full of praise and encouragement.
This is the funeral
I'll tend to my paper on hemocyanin.
where her son meets
Have you been working with hemocyanin?
his mother's
Yes, I
biggest
was
fan.
experimenting with it at the Cavendish. I had a theory that it might help prevent bone disintegration.
So anyway, John takes a bunch of his students to his mother's house,
Well, she told me she
clean up the place.
her work. But not to this extent.
He hadn't been there in a while, obviously.
I'm glad I brought the group up.
Now that right there is a tentacle coming up through the floor. And that's a doggy. Dead doggy.
A couple of extra copies.
Some of the students.
All right. Hi, Dr. Hollins. Everyone, I'd like you to meet Melissa. This is Hart.
Hello.
Melissa was the woman from the funeral.
Cindy.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, Hart.
So she's got a watermelon in the back of the car, which was on the counter in the house, and whatever creature that was burrowed its way into the watermelon. And it's now in the back seat of her car. This is the end of her. Her tentacled friend is back. she's actually going to get away. Melissa finds like a room where a bunch of this stuff was hidden that nobody else has found yet, and there's some live things. Careful.
Everything.
John's girlfriend Sharon's a little jealous.
Organize your mother's work and have a nice time doing it. It was just going to be you and me and our friends. And then you invite her and some sea monster attacks Hart.
What's really bothering you is Melissa's here, right?
Maybe she should be jealous because Melissa's making the moves on John. Although he eventually comes to his senses and says, I can't do this.
I'm sorry.
Apparently Melissa's working with Dr. Lloyd.
Bring me him alive.
I don't know where it is.
It's not an it, it's a him. It's a him. It was born in the house. It was spawned in Amanda's house. I don't want John to think his brother is dangerous.
As far back as I can remember, my mother had a handyman named Billy Cavanaugh. I found out today he was killed a year ago near the house. I'm convinced that he was killed by the same creature that damn near killed Hart. Here and terminate.
You out of your mind? Look, if your mother did achieve this miracle, do you honestly believe she'd want it destroyed?
She would have done the same thing if she hadn't had a heart attack.
Does thinking that make you feel better about her, John?
She sent me up here to end the experiment.
So John's going to cut himself and basically do a DNA test to determine if he's related to that creature.
They're identical.
Meaning what? Will somebody tell me what this stuff is?
That came from the same thing that attacked Hart.
Meaning the thing that attacked Hart and the thing that my mother's calling Anthony, my brother.
These Anthony creatures are really strong. Apparently his mother took some of his skin tissue and used it to create these creatures.
He's made it less painful and has given me hope.
Apparently she has some sort of disease or something, and Dr. Lloyd is helping her.
Cold.
So something attacked her, now she's going to come clean.
No! Only Dr. Lloyd can help us. It's too late now even for him. John, the Anthony journals, they're hidden behind the laundry room. They belong to you. Oh,
Apparently Melissa is some sort of experiment too, because she's now turning into a fish. Whatever Dr. Lloyd was doing to her helped her from this happening. Sharon's about to fall into a pit. You know that being in the pit is not a good place to be. John's got a harpoon gun. Next thing you know, this girl Cindy's being pulled away too.
Grab my hand!
John surmises that playing some soothing music will calm the beast. Dr. Lloyd showed up.
Don't you do it! No, you don't! Shit! Come out of
I
there!
need something.
They want to kill the
You
creature.
trying to destroy your brother. It's not my brother.
So they try. So Dr. Lloyd got sprayed with a bunch of Anthony goo. And he gets dragged away in Anthony's death throes. Turns out, however, that there's a lot of little Anthonys hiding around the house. Cindy is rescued.
Good. Good.
I was hiding in it.
And he set this place to blow.
The baker's infested with
That's how our film ends. Alright, let's talk about this movie, The Kindred. Not available on DVD or Blu-ray yet. However, Synapse announced a couple of years ago that they were going to put this out, but it hasn't seen the light of day yet. Apparently they're waiting on some stuff from the company that made it to get back get back to them with some supplementary materials. So who knows when it'll come out, but allegedly it's coming soon, and it probably will. So hang on, it's coming. But until then, I got my DVD-R. I have the homemade box art here. I have the pre-recorded VHS at home, and that's all you got to deal with right now. So anyway, The Kindred. It's about this woman. Her name is Amanda, played by Kim Hunter. She's like a scientist, doctor type, and she's dying. And on her deathbed, she tells her son, who's also like a doctor type, to go to her house and get rid of all of the materials and notes that she has regarding Anthony. And she says Anthony is your brother. Now, he has no brother, so he has no idea what she's talking about. But anyway, she dies. They go to the house. He takes his girlfriend, Sharon, I think was her name, and he takes a bunch of his students too. They're all going to like basically kind of look what's going on there. And then he picks up this other woman named Melissa, who showed up at the funeral for his mom. She says, "I'm her biggest fan," blah, blah, blah. It turns out she's actually working with Dr. Lloyd, who's played by Rod Steiger. Rod Steiger was also involved with these this experiments thing that she was doing, this genetics thing. Apparently what she did was she took some of her son's biological material and somehow made some sort of, I don't want to say it's a clone, but she made some sort of thing that turned into a monster, a creature, and she called it Anthony. Apparently Anthony is still alive. So they get to this house, and a couple people get picked off and die. We see there is a tentacled creature monster, which is Anthony, that is killing these people. Eventually, this one woman, Melissa, this is kind of an odd thing, she was working with Dr. Lloyd, because Dr. Lloyd doesn't want these experiments to stop. He wants them to continue. He wants to continue her work. Well, something's wrong with Melissa. She's got some sort of weird fish disease or something. She turns into this, like, gill monster. Apparently, Dr. Lloyd is the only one who can help her, but without his help there, she turns into this gill monster, and she kind of dies. I don't know what the hell that was. Ultimately, we're left with a few people at the end. They decide they're going to blow up the house. They got some gasoline, and they actually, Rod Steiger shows up too and tries to stop everything from happening, but they end up shooting Anthony and like killing him. But apparently Anthony has all kinds of little like brothers, like dozens of them around the house too, small ones that are ready to pop and cause havoc too. So they blow up the house, they light it on fire, Rod Steiger dies, and 4 or 5 of these people escape, and that's the end of our movie, right? So anyway, I'm not sure why, but for some reason this movie has some sort of a cult following. I don't know if it's just that there's a build-up to this DVD Blu-ray that hasn't come out yet, and because of that, people are just really excited about it. But I don't know. I thought it was an okay horror film, but nothing special here. I originally had this on a VHS tape. I think I rented this from someplace. I brought it home and copied it. Didn't actually watch it, I don't think, till the mid-90s. This is the second time, I think, in my life that I've seen it, and didn't really remember anything about it from the first time. But, you know, it's okay. There's no nudity in this movie. There's a lot of gore, or a lot of, like, sloppy, organic, drippy, pussy kind of things going on in this movie, and when we see all these experiments going on in this house. But yeah, it's a decent movie. So anyway, hang on for that DVD Blu-ray that's coming soon. Otherwise, I'll leave a link down below to the VHS tape on Amazon if you want to snatch this up and buy it before it comes out on Blu-ray. We've been waiting a few years for the Blu-ray, so maybe we're going to wait a little longer. Who knows? So I couldn't wait any longer. That's why I made my own, right? So anyway, check it out. Leave some comments down below and let me know what you think about it. It's called The Kindred. Watch it. Bye.